Hello, what's up?
Well, I've been thinking about this question all night. What would you do if you knew that you were going to die tomorrow?
If I knew I was going to die tomorrow, well, who knows what's happening this year? Paint a painting. I don't know.
So I was thinking about that question too. I thought I would maybe just drive north for 24 hours until my time expired. I don't know. But that's kind of the question that surrounds the film She Dies Tomorrow, which comes out this Friday. It's directed by Amy Seimetz and distributed by Neon, so you know that it has this cool like indie cred supporting it already.
The poster and stuff I've seen makes it look like it's like a horror scary movie.
Oh, fully. It is, okay, let me see if I can describe this perfectly. It's a high concept, psychological, art house thriller.
Wow, that checks all my boxes. I'm in. I'm already in.
Let me just read you the synopsis for the film. It's very short and simple. Amy thinks she's dying tomorrow, and it's contagious.
Topical.
Yeah. So the film centers around Amy, who is played by Caitlin Scheel, who I'm sure you've seen before in the indie scene. She's gone to Sundance a few times. And she is the latest person to get this wave of death on the brain. There's no other way to kind of describe it. Every person that she then comes into contact with, they become consumed with thoughts of death. It's funny though. The film is a thriller and a horror film, but it's also a really, really dark comedy. It kind of reminds me of three things.
Okay.
The first thing is a Greek weird wave film. So
I was thinking, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so think like Yorgos Lanthimos mixed with the psychological thriller of It Follows.
Nice.
You know, it has there's this presence that is kind of surrounding a person that you can't see, touch, feel, but you know it's there and it is literally affecting and killing people.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of movie for 84 minutes, but it's really well done.
When you watched this movie, was it like a scary movie to you? Like, did you have lights turned off, or was it, did it kind of not go all the way into horror where you like weren't terrified?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's not a horror film where I personally felt like I was on edge or something was going to happen to me. It's a horror film for the anxiety prone. So if you...
Got it. Sounds terrifying.
Yeah, so this is your horror film.
Got it. A lot of seeing you before this one. Okay.
So would I recommend this movie? Yes, I would. I think it's a good film for 2020. I know we said that last week with Rebuilding Paradise and Crip Camp with the optimism, but this one is a little bit more, what would we do if tomorrow didn't exist? Like, this is live the day as you want to. Carpe diem.
And I'm definitely intrigued. So yeah, you sold me on it. So I also watched a movie. I watched The Tax Collector, written and directed by David Ayer, the screenwriter of 2001's Training Day, as well as one of the screenwriters for The Fast and Furious. He also directed Suicide Squad. He directed Netflix's Bright. So a big succession of big studio movies. But here he is with an independent movie, and it's really scaled down, and you can feel that. The story follows this character, David, who is essentially the tax collector, a person who goes around collecting debts and taxes from all of the gangs, in this case set in Los Angeles. Basically, it's business as usual. Everyone pays up just to kind of keep order. But then there's this new crime lord who comes in, naturally, tries to overtake the turf. It turns David's world upside down. It also upends the business, as you might imagine. Craziness ensues. I should also mention that this movie was on my radar because of one significant casting choice, which is Shia LaBeouf. He plays a character called Creeper. He's kind of like David's right-hand man. He's his driver, personal dog.
Shia LaBeouf.
Sorry, what?
Shia LaBeouf isn't the main character?
No, I should clarify that. That's a good question. You might think that, because if you're aware of like this movie and you hear Shia LaBeouf's in the movie, you might think he's the lead character. he's not. So the lead character is an actor named Bobby Soto. If you've seen any paparazzi photos of Shia LaBeouf in the last year, you've probably seen him without his shirt on, with a massive chest tattoo that apparently, allegedly, he got for this movie. I mean, it's one Google click away. The movie doesn't deserve that level of method acting from LaBeouf to tattoo his character's name on his chest, regrettably. I should also mention that apparently there's a bit of a controversy with LaBeouf's character because it's not certain whether LaBeouf is playing a Latino character in this movie. He certainly looks it. He has a shaved head and has mustache, and even the way he talks, he throws in a lot of essay. But David Ayer has come out and said that he's actually the only white person in this movie on purpose. He's supposed to be this Jewish guy who was raised amongst the Latino community, but it's kind of confusing how he carries himself and how he speaks. It's very much in that Latino gangster like stereotype, I would say. All in all, he brings such an energy and such a grit and determination to the role that it really elevates the movie, and it'll definitely get a lot of people to at least be interested in it. Would I recommend this movie? I think if you want to see what feels like an authentic story about LA crime and something that's like, you know, kind of lean and muscly, tough action movie, I would say Tax Collector like checks those boxes for sure.
So this is not a movie you would want to watch if you were dying tomorrow.
Right. I would spend a little bit more time on that painting or driving, you know, north, as you said. Yeah. There's also more ways that people can discover new movies, the ones that we share that we don't always talk about during these check-ins. Mm-hmm. You want to tell the fans at home?
Absolutely. So we have a newsletter, and I know Ryan and I would love for you to sign up if you haven't already. The Synopsis slate comes out every Friday afternoon and is a recap of all of the films that we've covered, or interviews we've done, or videos that we make. And it's a cool little way just to kind of gather everything that we do and send it to you in a nice email.
We can put up a link somewhere, wherever this video goes, or go to the site. You can sign up there. And we definitely, would love to share the movies that we watch with you.
We will see you next week for our reviews and quick takes of Boys State and Psycho Magic, which I am super excited to talk to you about. I can't wait.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yay. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm back at you.
Stay safe.
You too. Don't die tomorrow or the day after or today. I'll catch you on the flip side.
All right. See ya.
All right. Bye.